All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. Yes, I have got it right here, the Amazfit GTR 2E. Now, if you're wondering what the difference is between my Amazfit GTR 2, we're going to take a quick look in this video at this device right here, and I'll tell you some reasons why it's a little different. So the first thing is on this watch, up to 45 days of battery life, depending on your usage. It's got the same slim design. It's got the blood oxygen levels and everything. These are pretty much the same versions of watch. This one costs a little bit less though, but there are some differences. So this watch right here has 2.5D curved glass, an aluminum body with a glass vacuum coating, it says. Now, my Amazfit GTR 2 has a 3D curved glass with stainless steel body and a diamond cut carbon coating. So let's crack this open. We're gonna take a look at it. This should be interesting. So let's see here. We're gonna put them side by side. I'm gonna pair it up. I've been waiting to give you this video. Here we are. Pop it out of the box. Wow, there it is. Now right off the rip, you can tell it's pretty much about the same size. It's a little differences, and we'll get into it. So this entire thing comes out. This is pretty cool right here, how they did the box this time. On one side here, you've got your charging cable, your plug. It's going to be exactly the same. And then on this side, you've got your instructions. So we're going to go ahead and unbox this bad boy. I'm going to start using it. I'm going to fire it up here. But first, let's get into some physical differences here. Let's get all this put aside here. So these look identical, but they are a little different. Let's peel this off. Now, just looking at the front of them, you can see that the 2E has a different design on the front here. Yep, roughly these are pretty much about the same size, but it just has a different design on the front. And we're going to go ahead and power it on and everything, but here you get into the differences of the body. You can see the differences of the body. Obviously, the 2E has the newer color. It's like a gray color on it instead of a full black body. But the this device, I will say, you can't make phone calls from this watch. So if you didn't know, on the because you can get a mixer really easy. On the GTR, I can take phone calls on here. I take phone calls on here all the time. You can literally talk, and that's why it has a speaker and a microphone on here. You guys often wondered about that. Some of you guys have asked. Yes, I can take phone calls from there. This watch, you cannot do phone calls on it, but you can reject and answer calls. But yeah, that's the difference in the body. These are pretty much the same size though. Really good looking watches. But you can see there's no speaker on the new version. And so it costs a little bit less, but there's no speaker. You can't take phone calls directly on it. You can see the differences right there. But ultimately, you are kind of looking at the same watch, just at a better price point. If some of you guys thought that this one was too expensive. This one actually, the GTR 2 is not really an expensive watch when you consider what you're getting. This watch is great, man. I love this watch. So I'm going to go ahead and power this on, and I'm going to go ahead and add it to my list of fantastic Amazfit watches, and that definitely is what this is. So it'll be English here, and then I'll get the QR code here. I'll open up the Zepp app. Make sure you install the Zepp app. And then you want to go to add. You can see all of my watches there. You go to add, and you're going to go to watch, and then agree. And then you're going to go to watch with QR code, and then you scan it really fast. It happens really fast. You can see there. Now it's going to pair it up. Really simple process, man. I love their watch process. And boom, it is paired. You just accept it. Strong vibration on these watches, man. Yep. And you get a little tutorial here. And I like that this one is pretty much going to have all the same options as my current watch there. And I have all of the watches. So then We don't want to. I don't want to restore anything, and there it already shows that it's charged and it's completely paired there. There's an update going to happen here, but while that's updating, yeah, that's version 1.3.6. I'll get that updated, and then I'll go ahead and come back with the rest of this video. But while it's updating, you can change the bands on here as well. Take note of that. These are ultimately, folks, the same watches, but you just get a lower price point and you can't do phone calls on this one. And also, with that being said, I can get you to focus all over again. With that being said, this one right here, this newer version, has much longer battery life, and I will be sure to put this thing through the paces. I cannot wait to get this all set up for you guys. So let me get this all set up and get it updated, and I'll be back. All right, guys, so the watch has been updated here, and this will look real familiar if you've seen the GTR 2 or the GTR. This software is very familiar. So if we look here, you'll see this looks identical to the GTR 2. You just have a few less items. You swipe up, there's your notifications. You swipe this way, you start to go through the options on the watch, just like before. So you hit this button here, it takes you into all the items on the watch, and you can go into settings, you can do your widgets and everything like that. So when we get into the watch itself, it's paired to the phone. You can go into your vibration. These are all things that you saw on the application before. The Zep app for this watch these should all be the same. You got your store. You can go in to get watch faces and things like that. So if you keep an eye back there on the watch face, I'm going to go ahead and change the watch face here. I'll go ahead and install one. Let's see. These are the top 3 right now. So this is the top watch face that appears. So we'll go ahead and it'll show there. You can see in the background it's actually syncing, and it'll sync up and it'll change the watch face right here after it gets done syncing with it. I like this process. It's a lengthy process just to switch a watch face, and you definitely can just long press on the face of the watch and change the watch faces as well. But if you're downloading a new watch from the store, this is roughly the time it takes to sync it, store it, enable it, and then that's how that works. And there are a ton of watch faces in here, folks, that are all free. You'll be in here for quite some time. I think there's 70 or 80 of them in here. There's 56 on the leaderboard, but I believe there's about 70 or 80 watch faces on here. So let's see here. Let's go back in the application here, and you can see all of my watches there, but we want to go here to enjoy, and this is where you can set up different things on your watch here. You can do the incoming call setup, app alerts. So let's go into app alerts, and we want to turn these on here, because I didn't do a restore because I wanted to make sure this watch had its own settings. And then again, these are just different things you can do with the watch. But overall, you'll see here, this is the interface for the application, which you've seen that before. Now the watch itself, easy software. You just can't beat how easy this software is to use. And again, different watch faces. You choose the watch face you want. This is how you start your workout. If you didn't know, you hit that bottom button. And it says there's over 90 watt workouts you can actually do. You can edit the list here. You can go in and do all these different, you can add more workouts and things like that. And when you go to add more workout, this is what you'll see. You can just choose. There's just way too many to go through, but you'll have to choose and decide what you want to do for the watch itself. So let's try it on for the first time. And I'm sure it's going to feel exactly like my GTR 2. Obviously, this one's brand new, so the bands, hasn't been broken in yet. But again, these look identical, man. These look identical. Amazing. These watches feel so good. The real test here, though, the real test is going to be, I have this one set to 30 seconds if you're wondering. The real test is going to be battery life. So this GTR 2 has fantastic battery life. So I'm going to obviously change this back from 30 seconds, but I put it to 30 seconds for the purpose of the video. But I'm curious to see how long this battery will last on this watch. I'm going to give it a full charge, and then I'll officially start using it. But this is the first impressions and unboxing of the new Amazfit GTR 2E. This is a light version, if you will. This one retails for $139. I'll have a link in the description so you can check it out for yourself. I mean, always on display, depending on which watch face you're using. I think there's 40 plus watch faces that have the always on display. So you can actually change the watch face by long pressing on here. Oops. You give it a press and you can change through all these different watch faces. I like that watch face right there. I believe this one has a always on display. And obviously that's much faster than changing the watch face through the application. They also, oh, maybe I think I have to turn it on, by the way. So let's see here. I think it might also be in the, here we go, always on display. Follow watch face, always on. It lets you know it's gonna drain battery, but yeah, there we go. So it was turned off. But you're gonna have always on watch displays for these if that's what you so choose to do. There's just a bunch of watch faces in here. I just love it so much. This is so nice, man. There's your always on display. So you can definitely change the watch faces on here directly from the watch. And there's so many to choose from, man. I mean, there's a lot of watch faces to choose from. So you can have it follow the watch face that you're using, or it's supposed to have its own always on display. So I'm gonna see, because on the other watches, I think I turned that on, but I left it on following the let's see here, just on, and oh shoot, let's go back here. I love their software. It's very intuitive. So it says follow watch face or digital watch face. So let's see how this one, if it actually does it. Yep, there we go. And this is the one right here. This is like the watch itself. So you can see your steps on here, and I actually really like this. And when you turn it on, it's different from there. So you just cover it up, and then here's your always on display. So there it is, man. The Amazfit 2 GTR 2 is absolutely great. I'll be sure to definitely give you an update on the battery life on this thing, because that's really what it's going to be about. The battery life, how well the battery life is on here. Is the heart rate monitor good? Let's check the heart rate monitor. I worked out earlier. So let's see here. Let's sit quiet for a little bit. Great heart rate. Take care of yourself, guys. One thing, a person had is about the blood oxygen level on here. The blood oxygen level you need to wear it kind of tight, and it tells you need to put it tight, and you need to put it this way, farther down here. So if you have trouble with your blood oxygen levels reading, you know, you need to put it on really tight, keep still, and hope that it works. It will work. I shouldn't say hope that it works, but you just have to put it on really tight so you can just push it that way on your arm, and then just be still. And I found that the first time I started to use the blood oxygen level, it didn't work. But then after a while, after I put it tighter, and then I just tried it, and a lot of times it was reading on its own. So you can see mine starting to read there. A lot of people were saying theirs were saying failed, but it works. It works on all of the Amazfit watches that I've tried. So there you go. So, I mean, you just have to, I guess it has a break-in period, but it worked out of the box, obviously, there. But the last time that I tried with one of the other watches, it failed the first time, but after the video, it started to work again. So there you have it, folks. The Amazfit GTR 2. This is going to be so nice. The 2E. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.